I'm Scott Finch, principal of Hebron High School. Please remain standing while Diana Doe comes to deliver our invocation, followed by the presentation of colors and the national anthem. Men, at this time, would you remove your caps?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for gathering us here this evening to celebrate the achievements of the senior class of 2011. Please bless our graduating class and be with us as we commemorate the end of our high school career. I thank you for all the good times we've had together, as well as the lasting friendships and memories that we will cherish for the rest of our lives. In addition, bless the families, friends, and teachers who are here with us tonight for the endless support and encouragement they've shown us throughout the years. We couldn't have done it without them. And now, as we set off in new directions, I ask for your guidance and protection to each and every one of these graduates so they may live an honorable and prosperous life. I lift up all these things in your Son's name, amen. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthem.
Graduates, distinguished guests, members of the school board, faculty, staff, family, friends, mom, dad, scary security guards, it is an honor to welcome you to the graduation of Hebron High School's class of 2011. Fellow Hawks, congratulations. You have officially made it through 12 years. That's 2,220 days, 15,540 hours, and 932,400 minutes of school. Former President George W. Bush once stated, "Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning?" Well, if you're asking me, at Hebron, we is learning. We is. All jokes aside, the quality of education received at Hebron leaves us with an array of possibilities for the future, and for that, we are immensely grateful. Now, I know many of you are probably wishing you had your cell phones to text a friend, update your tweets, or most importantly, check the latest on the Mavs game. Yes. In all honesty, when it comes to graduation, it's really not about us. It's for the people that have been our constant support system and made us who we are today. It's for that teacher that came in early and stayed late to make sure you passed that class. It's for that director or coach who's seen you grow in your skill the past 4 years. And it's for your family, who drove all the way to Fort Worth because you registered late for your SATs. Thanks, Dad. When asking friends what I should include in my speech, they replied with, start with a joke, tell an interesting story, sing something, and my personal favorite, just wing it, it's graduation. But I chose to spare you the personal anecdotes and life lessons. Instead, I took the liberty of Googling best graduation welcome speech, and will leave you with these words from graduationwisdom.com. And I quote, "Your families are extremely proud of you. You can't imagine the sense of relief they are feeling. This is a most opportune time to ask for money." Once again, welcome to Hebron High School's commencement ceremony for the class of 2011. Thank you and God bless.
Dr. Waddell, administration, teachers, family, friends, fellow graduates, the class of 2011. I, your senior class president, cordially welcome you to this most significant occasion. Before we walk the stage and move into a new chapter in our lives, I'd like to put some things in statistical perspective for you. Graduates, we have been here for 4 years. Most of us are either 17 or 18 years old, so that means we have been in high school for more than 20% of our lives. We don't remember much about the first 3 or 4 years of our childhood, which means that we've been in high school for close to 30% of our remembered past. Averaging 6 hours of sleep at night, 8 hours of school at day, means 44% of the time we are awake is spent in school, not including weekends. For the past 4 years, we've roughly done this schedule 40 out of 52 weeks a year, 77% of the time, meaning that 34% of those years we spent in Hebron, approximately 10% of our remembered past, 7% of our lives today, and 1.6% of our projected lifespan of 85 years, but of which 100% was a superbly gratifying and uplifting experience. Now, if I were to get into the amount of time we spent on homework, well, let's not go there. The point is, Hebron has been influential into shaping us who we are today, and for that we are grateful. When I look back at my time as a student at Hebron, there is one obvious trend that stands out in particular. I realize my life these past 4 years has been completely and utterly, without a doubt, fully centered and focused around the latest dance moves. Coming in as a freshman, I was a nobody, as many of us I'm sure were. I had low confidence. We all did, I'm sure. Not very many friends. It was a hard adjustment at first. I felt pretty insignificant. True, I did have some older friends, which gave me some status with some junior ladies, but who put me in the know with some cool teachers like Stroud and Dr. Rowe. But being small and uncool trumped those minor triumphs, until I learned to dance. It started on a small scale, secretly learning new moves and practicing in front of my mirror, but rarely bringing them out in front of people, knowing I still needed hundreds of hours of practice in front of my mirror before I could go public. Fortunately, I was not alone in my endeavors, and soon the entire class encompassed my same passion. As a class, we 1-2-stepped it with the best of them. We walked it out and didn't bother walking it back in. We peaked in April '09 with, obviously, the stanky leg. It became our staple, our theme song, what we were known for. It brought us together. We stanky-legged at every major high school event since April '09. High school itself was marked by each new dance, and each new dance was getting progressively more refined in what became an effort to epitomize high school as one major dance move. I thought we had found such a move when Single Ladies came out. I mean, what could better typify our high school experience than lines like, "I got gloss on my lips," or "If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it." But I had thought wrong. Recently, the world and our high school were introduced to something so out of control, nobody saw it coming. I realize now that the class of 2011 is essentially the physical manifestation of the Bernie. Nothing says past success and bright future quite like the jello-like movements of one's arms and the rotation of the waist and leaning of the body that is the Bernie. Having determined this, I can't help but to feel a sense of utter satisfaction looking back on the past 4 years of Hebron. As a class, we have had innumerable accomplishments, as is evident through our current plans for next year. Going to culinary school, film school, Yale, Harvard. To follow up on this emphasis of success, I would like to read to you something that was read to me by someone I greatly admire and who is very meaningful and inspirational in my life. It reads, Zachary Segrist' need to success, attitude, and approach to life, as well as his well-roundedness and his leadership abilities, make him a truly special student bound for great things. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2011, I wrote that this morning to prove to you all that if all else fails, no one can stop you from being yourself. You know, graduates, you may think that once you walk out of this building today, your Hebron experience will simply be a plethora of memories and graded assignments. I assure you, however, that such is not the case. Having many older, wonderful, and amazing friends who have graduated from Hebron, I know for a fact that your Hebron experience does not end today. Whether you met your best friend before the first day of school your freshman year, or a lifelong friend during your winter break of senior year, there is no doubt in my mind that the relationships made at Hebron will be life-lasting. I guess when it's all said and done, we have all had our fair share of successes and failures throughout high school. But we can always say that we have at least grown and have set ourselves up for future success. I hope you all look back at your time at Hebron with a sense of pride and accomplishment, content with your decisions, and of eagerness to continue what Hebron has started for you. I wish you all the best of luck next year with your various endeavors. I know you will make Hebron very proud. I want to leave you with one final word of advice. You have come very far. We all have. Your parents are very proud of you. You have every right to confidently walk this stage with your heads held high and exude excitement on your day. And later this evening, when your parents shed that first tear, that would be the most opportune time to ask for money. Thank you, and giggle.
Thank you, Diane, Christine, and Zach. We seem to have a theme for graduation. Be careful, parents. It is my honor to introduce the dignitaries on stage and on the floor of the Coliseum whom have joined us tonight. I would ask our dignitaries to stand and be recognized and remain standing until we can show our appreciation with our applause. Family members and friends, please hold your applause until all introductions of each group have been made, and then we will recognize each group for their service to our school district with our applause. At this time, I would like to introduce those on stage with me. First, the LISD Board of Trustees. President Ms. Carol Kyer, Vice President Mrs. Vernell Gregg, Secretary Mrs. Amber Fulton, Trustee Mr. Tom Ferguson, Trustee Mrs. Julie Foudy, and Trustee Mrs. Brenda Latham. How about a round of applause for this group? Our next group consists of our superintendent. First, Deputy Superintendent Mr. Dennis Winborn, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Quentin Burnett, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Penny Riddell, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Greg Veal, and on the floor in the back, Dr. Harry Crenshaw and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Kevin Rogers. How about a round of applause for these people? Our next group is the administration at Hebron High School. First, I want to recognize the principal of the 9th Grade Center, Mr. Mark Dalton, assistant principals Mr. Greg Bradley, Mr. Dedrick Buckles, Mrs. Nan Moon, Dr. Jim Rowe, Mr. Stan Van Hooser. From the 9th Grade Center, assistant principals Mr. James Scott, Mrs. Amanda Wernicke, and our lead counselor, Mrs. Charlene Nelson. How about a hand for these people? Next on stage with me is our Valedictorian, Jonathan Wallen, and Salutatorian, Emily Bingston. How about a hand for these two? Next, seated on the floor in the front row, three of our feeder school principals. First, Creek Valley Middle School Principal, Dr. Glenda Edwards. Arbor Creek Middle School Principal, Mr. Robert Shields. And Independence Elementary School Principal, Mrs. Teddy Winslow. How about a hand for these three? And saving the best for last, our new Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Stephen Waddell. Next in our program, we're going to sit back and enjoy Hebron High School's award-winning a cappella choir directed by Mrs. Rachel Forrester as they perform In Whatever Time We Have, followed by our salutatorian, Emily Bingston.
I know it's cliche, but it's just so surreal to me that I'm standing here giving a speech at our graduation. I've lived in Carrollton all my life, in the same house, and grew up with a lot of you sitting in the audience. And now it's time for us to turn the next page and move on to the next chapter in our lives. To leave the nest, to experience new things, to make new friends, and to grow up just a little bit more. For the longest time, I believed that people didn't really change, that even when significant events in their lives happen, People revert to their old ways only after a certain amount of time. That when a tragedy happens, people mourn and are upset, but they, for the most part, heal and have the same personality as before. That when a celebration occurs, people become giddy and rejoice, but then return to their daily lives. Anyone can see the difference in a person after his grandfather dies or after he wins a national championship, but how long do these changes last before he returns to normal? And again, these temporary alterations of personality, I believed only to occur when significant events happened. Surely trivial daily things cannot change a person forever. But now, after looking back on how we used to be, I can confidently say that each and every one of us is not the same person as we were before we came to Hebron High School. Whether you've been here all 4 years, and even before then in elementary and middle school, or you are at some time a new student to Hebron, Hebron High School has changed you. And it's because of the people and the school itself. The teachers and staff here are some of the funniest, unusual, and I suppose greatest mentors a student could ask for. They have the power to flip our worlds upside down, to blow our minds with ridiculously difficult math problems, and to open doors into new ways and areas of thinking that we could never have imagined on our own. For some, you teachers have had a heavy influence on what majors we'll be choosing, or those majors we'll be making a great effort to avoid in college in the fall. We have learned what teaching strategies we like and dislike, which way we learn the best, and how to take responsibility for our own assignments. Whether that means taking the initiative to not procrastinate and turn in excellent work, or to be accountable for that 0 in the gradebook after a very untimely stint of senioritis. Love them or hate them, these teachers have influenced you. Our coaches and sponsors of extracurricular activities have influenced us as well. They teach us discipline, hard work, sacrifice, and what teamwork really is. They push you as far as you will go, laugh at what limits you think you have, then show you what they really are. They cry with you, they laugh with you, they sometimes make you want to scream. They help you to strive to achieve your greatest potential and to help you accomplish your goals. These are some of the people that you will remember most when you leave here, maybe simply because you've spent the most intense amount of time with them during late practices, rehearsals, competitions, and tournaments. Maybe you will remember them because some of these people have helped you to achieve the future you've always wanted. Even if they weren't, always your most favorite person while you were running sprints or doing kicks or getting the look after you were late to rehearsal, your coaches and sponsors have helped you become you. That can mean continuing to stay in these same types of programs and activities in the future or deciding to pursue other endeavors. Either way, they have influenced you. Our friends, fellow Hawks or not, have perhaps one of the greatest impacts of all on us. They instigate what you do, help develop your personality, your sense of humor. They help you to understand what you like and dislike, are there to help you vent, to sell your secrets to. You can count on friends to support you when you're struggling, to laugh at you when you do something really stupid, and to be there for you when you feel like the world is crumbling around you. Every moment you spend with a person, the more you become like them. They rub off on you, and you rub off on them. It's not always intentional, but it happens. These people you surround yourself with can be beneficial, detrimental, or maybe even a little bit of both. So as we take our next steps, we have to carefully choose whom we allow into our lives because in some way, they will influence you. There is no question of the role a family plays in developing a person. They are there from the beginning to teach you morals, to show you tradition, to enforce rules. For some, your family has always been there for you, and for others, that's sadly not always been the case. Regardless, both good and bad experiences with them have helped to create the people you are today. Not only have these people here today, sitting up around us, supporting you, had an influence on you, but you have also influenced them as their child. And as we grow up and have families of our own, our children will change us. It never ends. Every person in your life has the potential to modify you in some way, either by strengthening previous beliefs or by introducing new ones. As we age, we will continue to undergo changes, some minuscule, some magnificent. New people will be introduced to you or will intrude into your life. Who you associate with will help to determine what kind of person you will become. What school or job or extracurricular activity or hobby you do will continue to shape the person you will come to be. There's no stopping it. The impact a single person can have on the lives of many reminds me of a story I came across about a year ago called The Generosity Story by Joanne C. Jones. It goes like this. During my second year of nursing school, our professor gave us a quiz. I breezed through the questions until I read the last one. What is the first name of the woman who cleans the school? Surely this was a joke. I had seen the cleaning woman several times, but how would I know her name? I handed in my paper, leaving the last question blank. Before the class ended, one student asked if the last question would count toward our grade. Absolutely, the professor said. In your careers, you will meet many people. All are significant. They deserve your attention and care, even if all you do is smile and say hello. I've never forgotten that lesson, and I also learned her name was Dorothy. So as we go our separate ways, branching out to meet new people and experience new things in whatever direction we choose to follow, remember that Hebron High School is a part of who you are, and that will never change. And as the volleyball program here, home of the 2010 state champions, has taught me, Hawk pride never dies. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. Next on our program, enjoy Hebron High School's award-winning band directed by Mr. Andy Seeley as they perform Rocky Point Holiday, followed by our valedictorian, Jonathan Wallen.
Good evening. I am Jonathan Wallen, and I will keep this speech short and sweet in hopes that we catch at least the fourth quarter of the Mavs game. Shh. The point is, we get through this so we get back home and watch the game. Now, without further ado, ladies, gentlemen, teachers, peers, and friends, I am honored to speak before you on such an important day of all our lives. However, first, I ask that we take a moment to close our eyes and reflect. Reflect upon all the highs and lows throughout high school, and most importantly, the dreams we have for the future. May it be college, vocational school, or employment. As we step out from one door and into another, we must do so with one eye looking back at all the precious moments we have had, and the other ahead searching for brighter days. I am grateful for all the blessings that have been bestowed upon me and the privilege of having access to such a broad yet deep education, and can only hope that we, in this moment of accomplishment, are aware of the extent of our privilege. Upon entering Hebron High School, I recall a strong desire to prove myself. I would stare down the halls and see a flood of fellow students finding their passion in unique areas of study. Where would I serve the best, grow the most, and contribute value? These all seem to be daunting questions for a little 14-year-old freshman. Luckily, one does not need to know all the answers to do the right thing. I naturally developed into a balance between the intensive academia associated with debate and advanced placement courses and the socially intensive student council. With fondness do I remember the sleepless nights of juggling the hundreds of hours of research necessary for the ever-changing debate topic, doing the numerous problems for mathematics, the essay writing for English, the memorization for history, and the lab work for science, while making time for community service events with student council. However, if you'd asked me 2 years ago at 2 a.m. in the morning, I may not have answered with the word fondness. In all of my proud scholarliness, I am not afraid to say that I loved and still do love my classes. I remember watching Rebel Day with Miss Carnahan, laughing with Mr. Milhouse about the side effects of chatting with Jonathan, writing the only essay to ever receive a 9 from Miss Adams, trying to convince Mr. Carey that my name is not Fred, completing the outrageously hilarious dare from Mr. Baker, rushing back to class after reading the announcements with Dr. Rowe, a truly outstanding AP, and learning that there is no such thing as a free lunch from Miss Santos, shouting, "Because!" during Physics Fridays with Mr. Kuhn, watching the statistical outlier in the degree of shock in Miss Christian's face as she took her first sip of bubble tea, and feeling confident enough to name Frankenstein's creature Bob during the English AP exam thanks to Miss Culver. Please, a round of applause for the exemplary teachers and administration of Hebron High School. Overall, the most significant person throughout my journey in high school has been my coach and mentor, Mr. Perry. Countless of times have we returned in the middle of the night after an intensive day of debating to force ourselves out of bed a few hours later to compete in the elimination rounds the next day. Not only did he dedicate his time and effort to help me grow as an individual, but also his endless stream of academic resources broadened my perspectives to new areas of study, which I will pursue on the college level. However, none of this would have been possible without the support of my family. My father would stay up late as past midnight to take me home after a debate tournament, and my mother, in tough times when I would lose to a 1-2 decision by the judges, would console me. I strongly believe in the saying, family first, and the wonderful support and love of my family has only solidified that. And to the closest of my friends, Nick Hamlin and Taylor Fritz, I am eternally grateful for their understanding of me and will cherish the hilarious moments we spent together, ranging from outcompeting the British clones in card games to late nights of cramming for the SAT, in which we could not help but laugh at the hidden humor in the English passages. To Athena, Emel, Aya, and with that I say, do svidaniya, farewell and good luck. Class of 2011, we have made it!
Thank you, Jonathan. At this time, I would ask the high school staff and students to take their positions off stage for the presentation of diplomas. Dr. Waddell, I am pleased to present to you the senior class of 2011 for Hebron High School. There are before us 687 exceptional seniors. I have verified that each of the seniors have met the requirements of the Texas Education Agency and the Louisville Independent School District and should be awarded the appropriate diploma or certificate at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Finch. To you, Hebron High School class of 2011, I extend my warmest congratulations and wishes for a happy and successful future. Mrs. Kyer, Mr. Finch has verified these students eligible to receive their diploma or certificate. Therefore, by the authority vested in me by the state of Texas and the Louisville Independent School District Board of Trustees, I certify them and their diplomas or certificates are to be granted at this time.
At this time, I ask the front row to stand.
Jonathan Waller. Emily Bengston. Zachary Allen Segrist. Diane Doe. Daiquiri Ice Ryan. Karthik Sanivasan. Marina Julianne Horiatis. Logan Marie Sams. Belinda Tim Mun Mok. Brandon Bijan Delavar. Nicole June DeYear. Alexis Anderson. Caroline Kate Cannon. Victoria May Tran. James J. Gu. Stephen Sungju Lim. Trina Lynn Liz Matthew. Justin John Thomas. Daniel Min Ho. Jessica Cian Clothier. Chris Hahn. Chad Andrew Smith. Christine Joy Varghese. Daniel Thomas Reeder. Richie Malyako Charles. Alan Michael Swain. Carl Itzvan Top. Jacqueline Laurel Marmaduke. Stephanie Barata. Hai Yun Kwan. Julie Sarah Abraham. Kelsey Louise Dunham. Nicholas Young Ji Gratzty. Hyun Ji So. Lauren Nicole King. Sundal Sultan Ali. Colin Joseph McLaughlin. Lucas Richard Norman Doyle. Chase Mitchell Riggins. Carly Elizabeth Smith. Amber Teresa Resnick. Kyle Bradley Bayless. Cedric Daniel DeShermont. Eric Yuji Komachi. Scott Nance Maxwell. Morgan Nicole Blackstock. Elliot Juhyun Jung. Thomas Daniel Chilton. Catherine Ann Reese. Elizabeth Grace Stevenson. Renee Roy. Tu Cam Bui. Colin James Coulter. Yejin Zhang. Luke Timothy Kelly. Melissa Lynn Mitchell. Spencer Madison Hilton. Christopher Brandon Paul Latour. Michelle Wynn. Asad Nuruddin Esmail. Heather Elizabeth Bell. Jessica Jinshil Chong. Taylor Morgan Simbalesti. Nana Okor Kuntumi Abi. Jacob Cherian Abraham. Shanawaz Murad Adam. Connor Douglas Adams. Walker Nicholas Agathan. Ricardo Arroyo. Madeline Rue Albrock. Andrew Ryan Albright. Joshua David Alfaro. Ahmed Raza Ali. Shazain Shamshir Ali. Umer M. Ali. Ashley Michelle Alvarado. Adam Patrick Ampai Patakwan. Olivia Justine Anderson. Sarah Catherine Anderson. Bridget Michelle Andrews. Christy Alyssa Andrews. Diana Alexis Aparicio. Erika Armendariz. Chardell Marie Armstrong. Robert Gregory Aaron. Charles Elliott Atkinson. Kyle William Obishon. Jamila Awad. Camera Elise Ayers. Dylan Matthew Baca. Heather Michelle Bailey. Joseph Evan Baker. Tiffany Danielle Baker. Erica Caitlin Belland. Tyler Mac Baldridge. Ryan Michael Ball. Brittany Ann Baptista. Sophia Rasha Barakat. Octavia Danielle Barge. Andrea Lee Barron. Catherine Danielle Basinger. Landon Lucas Beatty. Spencer Austin Baer. Rachel Zoe Beatty. Emily Anna Bell. Madison Ashton Belmore. Gabriel Zachary Bendit. Alexis Javon Benet. Yasveen Medina Benton. Chanel Tabilisima Biones. Jacqueline Noel Bosi. James Mason Bowler. Christine Nicole Borbell. Sarah Jane Buranon. Anthony DeLure Burke. Tyler Daniel Bratton. Ashley Lynn Braun. Brandon Scott Breakus. Isaac James Brown. Alexandria Magdalene Brown. Olivia Kendra Brown. Daniel Paul Bryson. Rachel Ann Buckley. Natalie Paola Buenaventura. Emily Michelle Buffkin. Megan Michelle Burge. Caitlin Olivia Burks. Nathan James Burmeister. Whitney Renee Burke. Morgan Elizabeth Butler. Kelsey Ann Buttrell. Adam Kendall Buttian. Dominic Mark Cachapalia. Kyle Gregory Kennington. Calvin Cow. David Jonathan Kaplan. Joshua Edward Kaplan. Benjamin Craig Carroll. Rachel Malia Castle. Joseph Blake Cavaniero. Fat Jia Chow. Keith Patrick Chu. Chul Min Cho. Hyun Suk Choi. Mina Bora Chong. Brandon James Clounch. Alexis Marie Colbert. Sarah Ruth Conley. Cecilia Marie Constantino. Adam Matthew Craker. Adonis DeAndre Crawford. Kara Lynn Crenshaw. Dallas Jeffrey Crilly. Katrina Garcia Cruz. Marissa Elizabeth Kuche. Bradley Vincent Cunningham. Tyler James Curfew. Cameron William Curl. Brittany Marie Sear. Alina Pervez Derride. Rusty Roger David. Cameron Gray Davis. Hayden Brooke Davis. Samira Davis. Stephen Douglas Davis. Tyler Lewis Davis. Danielle Marie Dawson. Leah Vaughn Dawson. Candace Day. Raisa Alessandra de la Cruz. Damon Marcel Delaney. Megan Alexandra Delgado. Ashley Nicole Dennis. Sean Ismail Donani. Emily Catherine Dakin. Diana Din. Tara Mercedes Dormeyer. James Patrick Doyle. Preston Deanne Dozier. Amanda Catherine Driscoll. Mason Scott Durst. Danielle Nicole Eager. Whitney Elizabeth Eves. Brian Patrick Asani. Olivia Marie Elliott. Jessica Michelle Isquera. Kara Nicole Essery. Faiha Farhin. Sky Laura Ferguson. Bradley James Farrell. Rachel Elizabeth Finninger. Daniel Alexander Flores. Giancarlo Damian Flores. Hannah Lee Flores. Jocelyn Magali Flores. Sarah Ann Flores. Christina Ainsworth Foote. Stephen Lewis Fox. Lindsay Renee Frank. Nia Imani Raquel Franklin. Taylor Renee Fritz. Ashlyn Renee Gabri. Olivia Rebecca Gagnon. Bryce Matthew Golias. Mark Aldrin Domingo Gallardo. Barrett Joseph Gallegos. Julian Felipe Gamboa. Manuel Jaraín Garcia. Nelson Mauricio Garcia. Sean Michael Garlish. Patrick Anthony Gow. Natalie Elaine Gall. Allison Leela George. Shawnee George. Princey Veliel George Cuddy. Taylor Joe Gibson. Michael Eduardo Aquil. Caitlin Virginia Giles. Nicole Ann Gaius. Chase Andrew Gold. Alan Ruben Gomez. Oscar Enrique Gomez. Maria Guadalupe Gonzalez. Justin David Goodson. Melissa Elaine Goolsby. Emily Margaret Goss. Adam Weston Gottwald. Shamila Shaylin Gray. Lauren Nicole Greenwood. Brittany Darcel Griffin. Samantha Elise Grimberg. Andrea Michelle Grubbs. Kelsey Marie Grubbs. Brandon Yim Gurtiza. Josue Alonso Guzman. Sterling Ha. Sean Sebastian Haytoff. Arione Alicia Haley. Allison Kathleen Hammer. Brandon Ford Hammett. Brittany Nicole Harrington. Ryan Shaquille Harris. Jonathan Christopher Lee Hathman. Hope Autumn Hayes. Taylor Hampton Abear. Thomas Wayne Hendricks. Travis Quinn Hendricks. Taylor Dallas Hensley. Elise Marie Hernandez. Shara Denise Hernandez. Justin Chase Hickman. Caitlin Rose Hill. Brandon David Hill. Derek Allen Hill. Daniel Christopher Hong. Jennifer Lynn Hodges. Crystal Lee Hogue. Catherine Camille Hollingsworth. Sebastian Dion Hollins. Weston Blake Holloway. Adam Michael Honore. Samantha Huda. Patrick Gene Howard. Deshaun Anthony Howard Willis. Julie Ann Marie Hoy. William Tier Sue. John Alexander Huggins. Stephanie Roxanne Hunt. Aga Solfikar Hussein. Brian Twin. Fong Ti Nguyen. Christina Lizette Ibarra. Kylie Trion Ince. Anusha Ann Isaac. Brandon Keith Jackson. Jamie Lynn Jackson. Alexander Jacob. Meryl Poikail Jacob. Stephanie Elizabeth Jacob. Dylan Michael James. Megan Nicole January. David DeJuan Jenkins. Trey Jerome Jennings. Andrew Cody Jimenez. Jonathan Jimenez. Layla Amin Jawani. Zuber Javed Jawani. Matthew Brian Joe. George Varghese John. Redden John. Sabin Chandy John. Jet T. Johnson. Alexa Ray Jones. Amanda Shay Jones. Brandon Lee Jones. Nitu K. Joseph. William Esau Juarez Rodriguez. Jae Song Jun. Donna Jung. Eric William Coltfleisch. Shannon Catuvello. Shane Patrick Kelly. Daniel Ahmed Khan. Cameron Blaker Kilpatrick. Edison June Kim. Edward Tae-sung Kim. Min Kyu Kim. Shi Yun Kim. Woo Young Kim. Sri Po Kim. Kelsey Danielle Kindler. Kate McFerrin King. Charles Wesley Kennard. Brett Matthew Curlin. Daniel Aaron Keister. Khalees Joy Klopfenstein. Jefferson Chase Knight. Matthew Anthony Knowles. Travis John Cook. Jennifer Michelle Cole. Austin Paul Michael Krejci. Catherine Elizabeth Crevo. Amber Rose Kerpil. Hu Juan Kwan. Shannon Michael Lake. Maureen R. Lakani. Moy Sirajali Lakani. Always Lakani. Bradley Christian Langley. Alexandra Tate Langston. Andrea Karina Lawson. Danny Hong Lee. Brandon John Lee. Christopher Jung Lee. Do Hyo Lee. Edmund Ju Lee. Hon Jae Lee. Win Wooj Lee. Catherine Ann Lee. Sterling Kent Lemons. Brendan Michael Lloyd Lemerick. Caroline Grace Lindstrom. Dylan James Lockhead. Aaliyah Danique Love. Lauren Hall Lupke. Amanda Malin Luke. Kimmy Long. Huang T. Lee. Amy Nicole McIntosh. Zahir Ali Makani. Amala Devasia Malyakil. Nimi John Mumatil. Salman Manji. Thomas Alexander Marceau. Daiwashanika Sequoia Marcellus. Ixel Marin. Genevieve Lynn Marmaduke. Alexis Renee Marufo. Alexandra Shea Marshall. Christian Grant Matthew. Jessica Ann Matthew. Joshi John Matthew. Stephanie Paradale Matthew. Subin Chiriel Matthew. Kate Marie Molden. Devin Ayers May. Denver Zachary McClure. Tyler Lloyd McCoy. Connor David McKelving. Madison Renee McFarland. Bradley Austin McGuire. Madeline Claire McGuire. Abigail McIntosh. Shaniqua Sheree McKenzie. Lauren Ashley McKillop. Haley Morgan McKinney. Kelsey Marie McLemain. Lauren Bailey McMillan. Taylor Nicole McQueen. Jamie Lynn McWilliams. Catherine Christine Medina. Mark Allen Membreno. Marcus Robert Mejia. Anthony Michael Milas. Elizabeth Diane Miller. Haley Charlene Miller. Joseph Harrison Miller. Rachel Elizabeth Miller. Ross Benjamin Miller. Bailey Kathleen Milliman. Rachel Ruth Mitz. Bennett Ray Mobley. Salwa Abdul Mohamedaman. Ryan J. Mohan. Lana Elizabeth Monkhouse. Sean Thomas Monroe. Martin Alejandro Montalvo. Lauren Nicole Moore. Zora Nasir Musa. Erendira Morales. Mandy Lynn Moran. Lauren Ashley Morgenstern. Ashley Robin Morrison. Lindsay Ann Mortensen. Michelle Nicole Mosley. Dale Thomas Muir. Abia Munir. Brandon Scott Murphy. Justin Thomas Murray. Zaira Nasrali Musani. Jenny Elizabeth Nance. Ali Nakvi. David Chase Neagle. Amanda Lee Nelson. Brianna Page Nelson. Allison Michelle Napomnik. Eduardo Enrique Neto. Hannah Elizabeth Newell. Greg Paul Newton. Alexandra T. Gwynn. Diane Von Gwynn. Isabella Kachu Wynn. Mylan Marie Wynn. Michael Kahn Wynn. Tang Chi Wynn. Tan Hu Wynn. Tuan Kwok Wynn. Alexandra Wynn Kwok. Jamie Mary Ninen. Melvin Dwayne Nobles. Jordan Brooke Norman. Kristen Mary Nowicki. Jessica Lynn Numrick. Demarius Rashad Nunnerly. Chidera Obi Hime. Edward Onyechi Oboli. Everestake Chidera Okafor. Olivia Nkichere Okafor. Howard Osayuki Okunya. Andrew Joseph Ormerod. Morgan Dean Osborne. Ashley Diane Bowen. Raven Nicole Owens. Jonas Jasper Padun. Daniel Lee Pack. Nathan Matthew Paniker. Tatiana Lakana Paolin. Erin Sung Min Park. Eunice Park. Jasmine Renee Parker. Anthony Partee. Kajal G. Patel. Zara Patel. Paige Elizabeth Patrick. Casey May Patty. Ben Paul. Nicholas John Pickham. Jeremy Joseph Palazieri. Alexandria Michelle Pena. Michael Kent Pendleton. Kayla Geraldine Percy. Christina Lynn Petrillo. Anthony Charles Petty. Ni Yin Pham. Cameron Lee Fawn. Lee Fawn. Anish M. Philippos. Veronica Petra Fawn. Jennifer Fung. Delmer R. Pierce. Emily Nicole Pierce. Soraya Lakshmi Pillai. Cameron T. Petrie. Jacob Keith Pittman. Dariella Yannick Plaza. Jordan Chad Poole. Brandon Michael Potter. Adriana Marie Price. Sterling Garrett Price. Melody Ann Pruitt. Lauren Elise Putterball. Blake Ryan Quiros. Haley Elizabeth Robbie. Luis Fernando Ramirez. Taylor Austin Rasnick. Hussein Ali Ratani. Andrea Lauren Raymond. Colt Allen Redwine. Jonathan Andrew Reed. William John Reeves. Renee Nicole Restow. Jill Kathleen Rose. Wesley Daly Rich. Stephen Adrian Rivas. Victoria Lee Rivera. Max Nicholas Rizzotti. Yuri Rowe. Blake Anthony Rourke. Anthony Michael Robbins. Erin Michelle Roberts. Spencer Ryan Roberts. Javon Dominic Robinson. Andre Joseph Robinson. Jacob Thomas Roden. Alyssa Drew Rogers. Carlos Esteban Rodriguez. Alexis Etzel Romero. Rebecca Alicia Romero. Preston Allen Roy. Christopher Alex Rucker. Tyler Carrington Rundis. Conley Rebecca Rushing. Sydney Paige Russell. Grant Christian Russum. Danielle Elizabeth Sader. Shawnee Anna Saijan. Marcus Lawrence Samuels. Yuridia Sanchez. Andres Ernesto Santiago. Isaac Sauceda. Alexandra Lynn Savage. Derek Francis Showerman. Sydney Claire Skolton. Taylor Jorie Scorsa. Taryn Sellers. Byung Guan So. Sippy Shafi. Sami Naswasali Shalwanain. Ciara Alicia Shea. Adnan Zohair. Philip Marcellus Shepard. Erica Olivia Shepard. Lee Barack Silver. Nicholas Rand Simpkins. Matthew David Semeng. Bradley Travis Simpson. Donovan Andrew Simpson. Connor William Sims. Daniel Robert Cerny. Brandon Thomas Smith. Brianna Dion Smith. DeAshley Simone Chanel Smith. Joshua Douglas Smith. Kelsey Nicole Smith. Leonard George Smith. Derek Alexander Sobek. Hesamadine Sokan Sanj. Joshua Joseph Swords. Bria Nicole Sparks. Daryl Edward Spencer. Stephen Andrew Sposito. Jackson Huckabee Stanley. Lucas Richmond Starnes. Hannah Marie Stockton. Brittany Joy Stone. Tasneem Fatima Sultan. Sareth Kevin Sun. Alicia Marie Tan. Hillary Renee Tate. Lindsay Aaron Taylor. Reagan Kelly Taylor. James Theo Teague. Taylor Paige Temple. Hazel Elizabeth Terrell. Patrick Stewart Thacker. Abby Thomas. Dylan Anthony Thomas. William McDuff Thomas. Becca Lynn Thomason. Darian Arnell Thompson. Jacqueline Nicole Thompson. Brianka Nicole Thurman. Christy Tin. Shelby Denise Torres. Jason Michael Towns. Nino Van Tron. Brenna Jane Trefney. Victoria Abigail Trevino. Sebastian Camilo Triana. Jenny True. Gabriel Macario Tristan. Shamaya Elijah Trotter. Sheelan Segi Sehe. Ashley Ann Turner. Slade Allen Turner. David Ikichi Ozugwe. Mary Alice Venata. Praven Varghese. Monisha Varma. Lawrence Allen Varnado. Jose Ventura. Caleb Aguilar Vera. Arlene Naomi Verdon. Logan William Vidrine. Sarah Alexandria Vigay. Robert Anthony Villarreal. Mary Hong Vo. Scott Van Vo. Jeremy Edward Walks. Kaylee Angelique Walker. Kurt Ryan Walker. Nathan Taylor Walker. Julia Leanne Walsall. Lee Zella Wanmacher. Danielle Wan. Paige Lynn Watson. Keith Douglas Wheeler. Carson Janae Wegman. Britta Michelle Whitaker. Laura Nicole White. Darian Adonis Whitfield. Chandler Elizabeth Wilkerson. Brianna Elise Williams. Chance Daniel Williams. Samantha Nicole Williams. Joshua Patrick Willingham. Michael Scott Wilson. Patrick Trammell Wilson. Shelby Lynn Wilson. Shalena Patricia Wilson. V.G. Wilson. Alana Faith Wood. Colton James Wood. Gavin Harris Wright. Trevor Lamar Yancey. Hei Jun Yang. Junaid Safar. Kayvon Phillips Amanian.
At this time, please welcome Alexis Anderson as she delivers her closing remarks on behalf of the senior class, followed by my closing remarks to the Hebron High School graduating class of 2011. Alexis.
Good evening, class of 2011, teachers, friends, family, administrators, and other audience members. One of the few things that stand between you and your official diploma and the Mavs game is my closing remarks, so I understand very well that this should be brief. First off, congratulations. We survived doing projects the night before they are due, drama, arguments, homework, natural disasters, swine flu epidemics, victories, losses, and other events that make the high school experience unique and memorable. This is our day to be recognized for all we have accomplished. Today marks the end of our high school careers, but tomorrow marks the first day of the rest of our lives. And although it took an awful lot of work to get through high school, it is nothing compared to what is to come. As Ari Penkovici said, graduation is only a concept. In real life, every day you graduate. Graduation is a process that goes on until the last day of your life. If you can grasp that, you'll make a difference. It may be cliche, but each of us really have many opportunities ahead of us. We all have something different to offer. Now that we're leaving the shelter of home and high school, we have to decide what to do and who to be. After graduation comes the true test of showing the world that we are truly educated and deserving of the recognition we are receiving today. Give achieving your dreams everything you have, and don't ever sell yourself short. Several years ago, Conan O'Brien spoke at a graduation. He told graduates to bask in success, learn from failure, and appreciate both. He said, remember the bad as well as the good. Fall down, make a mess, break something occasionally, and remember that the story is never over. In closing, I'd like to leave you with these words my friend once told me. Although we're excited to leave this place, never forget the things we did, the things we didn't do, and the people who changed our lives forever. Congrats and good luck to the class of 2011.
Thank you, Alexis. As a class looking back, this class was offered scholarships in excess of $8 million this past year. You led the best volleyball team to the state title. This class led the best concert band in the state. You led perhaps the best theatrical production in the state and probably the nation with a 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. You led the best drill team in the nation and countless other accomplishments in choir, softball, baseball, soccer, tennis, and so many others that time limits us. Congratulations, Hebron High School class of 2011. I wish you the best as you begin this new chapter in your life. And remember, you will be successful. I and the people in this Coliseum expect it and will not tolerate anything else. And as the saying goes, once a hawk, always a hawk. You may be the last class to graduate in the state of Texas this year, but we saved the best for last. Congratulations. In our conclusion, let me say this to you. I would like to invite Emily Bingston back to the podium for the turning of the tassel, followed by Daiquiri Ryan, who will give our benediction. Men, don't forget to remove your hats when we do the benediction. After the benediction, Hebron High School's a cappella choir will lead us in the singing of the high school alma mater. It is after the alma mater that you may toss your cap in the air, but let me tell you, your mothers want you to save your tassel. We will conclude with our recessional led by the Hebron High School Band and the teachers in your rows. Once again, congratulations.
Back again. Hebron High School, class of 2011. As we turn over our tassels, we indicate our passage from students to graduates and our journey on to the next steps in our lives. Please stand and join me in turning your tassel with your right hand from the right side of your cap to the left. 1, 2, 3. It is my honor to be the first to say, congratulations, class of 2011, we finally did it. I wish you all the best, and I know we're going to do great things in whatever direction we choose to go. Please remain standing for the benediction, followed by the Hebron High School a cappella choir and the singing of the alma mater.
Let us all bow our heads in reverence and respect. I ask that the hands that push this world along to stand on our side, that He holds up our hopes and dreams in one hand and our character in the other. May the helping hands give us a boost when we're just short of that climb. May the helping hands always provide what is necessary to achieve higher. May they shake our hands in proud moments and rejoice with us in happy ones. May they stop us from unwise decisions and give us that extra push towards the right path. May the helping hands hold ours in troubled times. May the helping hands wipe away our tears. May they hold us in times of overwhelming trials and hold us up in the light to exemplify the beauty in all of our failures. But most of all, we ask that the helping hands of this world send us off not to find greed, power, and position, but to simply find ourselves. When the sun of our adolescence sets tonight and the new sun of the promising future arises, may we trust in the only one who knows our potentials and opportunities, and may we bask in His glory, confident of prosperity through only Him.
Yeah.